Hi there and welcome to COM 202. Because this is the first week of the term and because of orientation, we have been unable to meet in person this week, so this video is designed to give you an orientation to the course. Here are the things that we'll cover. First of all, I want to introduce myself and give you some contact information. I'm going to talk briefly about how this course works. We will talk a little bit about due dates for different types of assignments in the course. We'll have a quick look at the course outline, and then we will also talk a little bit about how we conceive of this second semester communications course along the lines of you working in a workplace to complete assignments for a supervisor. So my name is Peter Laurie. My office is in B Wing 3311. And the office hours that I've listed here are times when I'm always here and you do not need an appointment to come and see me. If you ever need to come and see me at a different time than what is listed here, all you need to do is send me an email and we can arrange another time. So if you wanted to, you could pause on this slide and just take a screenshot of those office hours. This is a hybrid course structure, and in that way, it is exactly the same as COM 201, which you already completed. So we won't spend too much time on explaining the hybrid course structure. Just as we have in COM 201, we have a weekly online module. Our expectation is that you do that online reading before the first class of the week. We have knowledge checks built into the modules for marks. I'm going to talk about those more in a moment. We have a weekly seminar, and the purpose of the weekly seminar is to engage with your classmates and with me to apply what you have already learned from the online module. And in those seminars, we will be devoting some attention to learning strategies for upcoming assignments. Also weekly, we have the 1-hour computer lab, and the purpose of the computer lab is to provide you with ongoing support for assignments. It's where you will be conducting peer review, and it's where you will be completing in-class assignments. So the due dates, let's talk about this very briefly here. The due dates for major assignments are very clearly laid out on the course outline. They're either associated with the weekly lab, or in some cases they are due Sunday at midnight on the week that the due date is indicated. Your place to check for all of those things is always the course outline. The knowledge checks are intended to be completed at the same time as you read the weekly online module. They are open through the week, during which a weekly online module appears, and they will close at 5 p.m. on Friday of that week. So if you leave them till after 5 p.m. Friday, you will not have a chance to do them. And once again, as I said, you'll be doing yourself a favor if you complete the knowledge check before we meet in the seminar. It just ensures that you have engaged with the material. There are a total of 5 in-class activities in the course, and each of those will be completed in the computer lab, and you must be physically in the lab to complete an in-class activity. It is not an activity that you can complete remotely. Just a little bit more about the knowledge checks. These add up. There's a total of 10 of them. They're each worth 2%. The knowledge checks are not hidden in the online module. You will be prompted to access each one. And as soon as you complete each knowledge check, the grade is automatically uploaded to the gradebook. And the last thing about the knowledge checks is that you'll get 2 tries to get the questions correct in the knowledge check. A little bit more information about the in-class activities. As I already mentioned, there are a total of 5 of them. Each in-class activity will be introduced to you at the beginning of a lab when you're doing it, and it will be submitted within the time period of that lab. And to repeat what I said a moment ago, you have to be in the lab to complete and submit an in-class activity. And by the way, the first in-class activity is in next week's lab, week 2. What we're going to do now is we're going to have a quick look at the course outline. So what we call this the short course outline. That's to distinguish it from the full course outline, which is several pages long and a much more detailed document. This is our weekly schedule, and this provides you with all of the information that you need for what we're doing, when we're doing it, and when different assignments are due. In terms of due dates and assignments, you'll see that is all covered in the right-hand column. And you'll see that some material is hyperlinked as well to take you right to instructions. I want to talk briefly about peer review, which you will be familiar with from COM 201. Peer review, of course, is the process of developing the skill to provide constructive feedback to another person. In this case, it's one of your classmates, but we do similar kinds of things in the workplace as well. So peer review is a very, very important skill. What we have learned about peer review in the writing process is that people's writing skills improve when they have the opportunity to receive and to give peer review. So there will be a couple of different occasions at least where you will be providing constructive feedback to one another in class. I need to speak briefly here about AI. And our overall rule in this course is that we are not allowed to use AI tools such as ChatGPT in order to complete writing tasks in this course. There are a couple of very specific exceptions for specific assignments where we will permit and encourage you to use AI tools, and we'll get to that when we come up closer to those times. Generally, though, we are expecting you to complete your own writing in your own voice and using your own words. To do otherwise, in other words, having AI complete your assignments for you, is a breach of our academic integrity guidelines, and it will be dealt with. I wanted to speak quickly here about one of the differences between COM 201 and COM 202 is that we like to conceive this course, COM 202, as being analogous to a workplace. In other words, you're going to be working with your coworkers, your classmates, and you're going to be completing tasks that are assigned by your supervisor. In other words, that's me. Some of the work that we'll do will be done in teams, as is very commonly done in the workplace, and some of the work that you do will be completed individually. All of the tasks in this course will be focused on your future career and are designed to allow you to move forward having a better understanding and more insight about the impact of emerging trends in your workforce, the impact that they will have on your career. And we're also going to learn important lessons about issues such as conflict management, group dynamics, problem solving, and we're also going to work a little bit with visual communication. So here I want to give you a brief introduction to talking about trends. Why are we doing this? Most of your work in your major assignments this term will touch upon identification and analysis of trends. Starting with the trend analysis assignment, which will be done in a team of 3 students. So let's start by making sure that we understand what a trend is. Trends are patterns of behavior or patterns of events that cause change over time. One thing that is characteristic of every trend is that there is a cause and effect relationship. Something has caused the trend to occur, and the trend itself has downstream effects. By definition, a trend causes a lasting change. Things don't just happen momentarily and go back to the way they were, but we're talking about lasting changes. Here are some examples from different industries. So the first trend we have here is the trend of using reusable plastics, and this is having an impact on companies who produce bottled water because they need to adapt to it. It's a change that we will not go back from. In the field of healthcare, the use of telehealth and other forms of remote provision of healthcare is a trend that picked up steam during the COVID-19 epidemic and is continuing to progress. Various types of home care and community-based patient services are very significant trends for those people who are training to be personal support workers. Also in the healthcare field, the transition from paper-based records to digital health records and digital health platforms is a trend that has made major changes in all aspects of healthcare. And last but not least, artificial intelligence and machine learning is a rapidly changing trend that is having an impact on just about every industry. We can make a comparison between trends and fads. Fads are things that become popular very quickly and then they disappear just as quickly. Examples of fads have to do with fads in the world of fashion, social media-based fads such as TikTok challenges, fads that sweep through the world of children in terms of different toys, games, and electronics. Fads are often tightly connected with popular culture, and I have a list here of some past fads that have come through. Tamagotchis, keto diets, actually that's still ongoing, various TikTok challenges such as Wipe It Down Challenge, revivals of fashion trends from earlier eras. So, I hope that has provided for you somewhat of an orientation to the course, what you need to do next. If you have not already read the Week 1 online module, you should do that. I would also suggest that you review the assignment instructions, in particular the instructions for the first assignment, the trend analysis assignment. And as soon as it is available to you, you want to make sure that you familiarize yourself with the Week 2 online module before we meet for our first class of next week. That's all. Thank you very much.